it's streaming. Double check. It probably is going quick, I would think. I'm in Tennessee now for the holidays.
Oh,
Everything works better. Yeah. All right. Cool. Everything's working. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Charlton's Originals and Narragansett Presents Episode 14. Mr. Music, I'd like to thank you for being our guest today. How's the holidays treating you? How's everything going?
well, thank you for having me. And holidays going really well. It's actually not as cold here in Georgia as it's been before.
Yeah. I
Um,
know it's been back and forth.
yeah,
Uh,
I'm not complaining about that. So.
perfect end to that kind of year, right? Where everything's going back and forth. Yeah. I've been jamming to your music on SoundCloud. I love your new album, Stage
Oh,
It, right?
thank yeah.
Okay, so this came out what, like a month ago?
I think it was 2 months ago. October
Okay.
23rd, I believe.
October 23rd.
Yeah.
Did you pick that date for any particular reason?
No, actually, the album was released in the summer, but it was only on YouTube, and then I took it down, remastered it, and put it on all platforms.
So when you did the album, do you do all the tracks and the remastering and
Oh yeah,
everything as well?
all the production, recording, writing, engineering, mixing, and mastering, all myself.
You do an amazing job with it. It sounds like it sounds super professional. It's like everything's really clear and crisp, and you remind me. It's kind of got a Stevie Wonder kind of vibe. I really like the whole. I love Stevie Wonder, and I think that it's good that you're. I don't know, and you might be the next. It's really you're playing all the instruments on this as well.
Yeah, all the instruments, all the backing vocals, even one of the songs, "Corner Store."
Uh
Um, there's a there's like a girl ad lib,
huh. Uh huh.
but I couldn't find anyone to do that, so I did that myself as well.
Wow. How did you pull that off?
Tried my best to tighten my vocals up a little bit.
Really? Wow. All right. Well, there you go. Get the. I love the album. I feel like is the album like an overall story? Is that what you're going for with that?
Um, yeah, it stages was is pretty much a like an excerpt of different stages I've been through in my life.
Uh huh.
Um, just like going down the list, like Jennifer, one of my best friends named Jennifer.
That's a great song. It
Thank
starts off with Jennifer, and I mean, the whole album is pretty unbelievable, I would say. Like, you did a great job with this, but it definitely feels like, I feel like I'm, you know, going into your life. I feel like I'm reading chapters of your life, and that's what inspired Jennifer, or who is Jennifer?
Just Jennifer is one of my good friends. I've known her since the early stages of middle school, so 12, 13 years old.
Oh, okay.
And we've always been really good friends. Her mom knows my mom, and we just hang out. And it was I think it was one day she heard me singing a song, and she was saying, you should write a song about me one day. And I said, I just might do that, and ended up actually doing it. So.
And that's crazy, right? How long have you been writing?
Ooh. Well, let's see. I started actually doing music when I was about 8 or 9 years old.
Ah,
Just
okay.
playing on this little first act guitar that I got. I wasn't really writing songs, just strumming along. And I guess in middle school I started kind of producing, and then high school came. That's when I wrote my very first song.
When you first got into producing, how did you do that?
I saw the movie Drumline,
Uh huh.
and I just started making all these different drum cadences. And then I saw my chorus teacher play the piano one day. Well, I've always seen him play the piano, but we were doing a warm up in chorus class, and he did this really cool blues riff on the piano, and I was just like, "Yo, I don't know what that was, but that sounded amazing." And that's
Yeah.
when I started to get on the piano and started learning.
Really? It sounds like he was a really good teacher. It's cool that he
Yeah.
would, bring you in and give you, time to. So you've been playing since you were a child? Since
Mhm.
you were like, really? Well, how did you start playing music? Did a
Um,
parent teach you, or did you take classes, or?
I've never taken lessons. I've never had anyone teach me. Uh, I don't know. I've always had a knack for music, and I know when I was a little child, and my mom would take me to church. you know, as a little child, you're just like, oh, it's church, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
One thing for me was I would always love it when I would hear the music.
Hmm.
So for me, it was, you know, my mother was in church, my brother was in church. You know, they were, you know, understanding what was going on. But I'm little, I don't really understand. But I just love the sounds I would hear when they would play music,
Yeah.
and it was, I don't know, it was something different about it. It just it moved me a certain way, and I told myself I want to be able to do that. So I started getting into music, and I told my mom, you know, there's this guitar, this little first that guitar.
I had one of those. I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
and I was like, Mom, I really want it. So she got it for me for Christmas one year, and I picked it up and I just went at it.
What was the first song you learned?
Ooh, it's I can't even remember the name of the song. Oh gosh, and it's a classic song. It was in the Bambi movie.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness, I can't remember the name of the song.
So you started off playing just like the just music without singing. When did you start adding singing to your repertoire?
When I joined the chorus, I
Oh, okay.
joined the chorus actually by accident and
Is that through church or through school?
through school,
Okay.
high school chorus, and
How did you accidentally join them?
we I was supposed to register for a music class, and I
Uh-huh.
thought I was registering for a certain band class, but it actually ended up being a chorus class, and
Yeah.
I just stayed in the class.
Hmm.
Um, Never really sang before. Ended up becoming the section leader of the bass section.
Wow.
And from then on, I took it a little bit further and said, well, you know what? Let's explore this a little bit more and, you know, just see where this goes. And started singing and started advancing on my repertoire and just got more and more comfortable with it. To eventually, I actually sang for my high school graduation in front of, I don't know how many people there. It felt like a million
Yeah.
people were
I
standing.
bet. Yeah. Were you nervous?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. What did you sing in front of everybody?
We sang Boys to Men song "I Will Get There" from the Prince of Egypt.
Oh, okay.
We sang, you know, we will get there after we graduate. We will, you know, continue to sing.
Yeah. That's a good, powerful song to kind of close out everything. That's cool. I always wanted to do the talent show in high school, but I didn't have any talents. It's questionable if I got talents now, but I don't know, you know. But maybe one day in my dreams. But
I
so
think it's
you said you wrote your first song in high school?
yeah.
What inspired you to write your first song?
I heard a girl singing in the hallway, and
Really?
her voice was just really capturing. So at the time, I didn't have a laptop. I had the iPad.
Hmm.
I had a GarageBand download,
Hmm.
and I would, you know, take notes with my fingers on the iPad, put a little song together. And I actually asked her. I said, "Hey, would you sing the lyrics that I wrote, you know, onto this?" And
Wow.
she literally sang that with the Beats headphone
Really?
microphone on the, yeah.
Yeah.
It was really good. And I said, you know what? I think this is something I really want to do, and just started writing.
No kid. Did you keep working with her, or do you guys still collaborate?
Yeah, I wrote two more songs
Uh
that
huh.
she sang. Um, never really never really promoted them because like at the time we were in high school, we didn't really know much about putting music out. All we knew
Yeah.
was, okay, we made a song, and that was it.
Right.
But I definitely will. Now that you said, I definitely will go back and go ahead and start.
That's
Getting
cool.
that.
It's like the universe brought you guys together. If it
Mhm.
seems like that inspired you to, become the songwriter that you are now. How many albums have you released?
I've only released one album,
Okay,
uh,
and that's stages.
Stages. I have
Okay.
a single, which is 2020 Vision, and
Uh huh.
another single that was just released today,
Yeah.
Fences Coming Down the Chimney.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I saw the holiday. It looks like you've been doing a lot of stuff. Is that due to like quarantine? Do you find yourself with more time to, work on stuff? Or
Yeah, I guess you could say that because with quarantine, you know, I'm already inside. I'm already on a computer.
yeah,
The access is just right here.
I got you. When you piece everything together, what program do you use?
Uh,
Or programs?
and Majority of the time, I'm in Logic Pro X.
Okay.
I also do have Ableton. I have Studio One. I have GarageBand, of course,
Yeah.
and Pro Tools.
Oh, okay, cool. Is there one you like more than the other? Just
I would say Logic only because the interface is so user friendly.
hmm.
It just it doesn't seem as complicated, even though I don't want to say any of them are complicated, but it seems a lot simpler to use.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I've worked with GarageBand before. And yeah, it could be a little tricky. It sounds like one of those would be a better option for doing. I have a mixer now and I can record at the house, but I haven't really dabbled into doing like production work and cutting and it's I mean when you do that it's like making a film. I've edited movies before and basically you're kind of doing the same thing. It's interesting how you can get in there and make all the different kind of things. So you play a lot of different instruments. Do you have a favorite instrument you play?
I I wouldn't even say I have a favorite instrument. I would say my most proficient instrument would be drums.
Oh, okay.
Second would be piano, and then bass guitar, and then guitar. But as far as favorite, I wouldn't even say I have a favorite.
Oh, okay. Do you consider yourself like a rhythm player being that you play drums?
I would because I was well. Let's see. I started off playing concerts in a concert band, and then
Really?
got to middle school, joined the marching band, and actually became the section leader of the drum line in the marching band.
Wow. So how hard is that if you're like in a drum line as a leader and you have to like
It's I would say that's probably the most difficult thing to do when you have to lead and influence your peers. You know,
uh-huh.
it's it's like um, it's like a teacher having to teach other teachers. You know, it's different when you're teaching students versus a teacher having to teach teachers because everyone's kind of like we already know this. We don't really need to teach.
Right, yeah. Did you felt like there was some backlash kind of or people just, it's tough
Uh,
to
Sometimes, but
uh
majority of the time it was pretty much a cohesive type of situation.
okay. Is that something you'd want to do again, teach? Or is that something you still do?
I still do it in a way. Um,
Hmm.
because even now, like when the freshmen come in, because I attended Morehouse College, so
Oh, okay, awesome.
I'm the section leader there as well. But now when the freshmen come in, the current section leader he may call a Zoom chat. Could you get on and just talk to the freshmen? So of course.
Oh, that's cool that you still do stuff with Morehouse. That's pretty. Do you find? I mean, imagine right now there's probably not a lot of concerts and stuff going on. But have you ever played there? Like not going to? Yeah, is that something that they? Do you do that often? Do you go there and jam? That's cool. That's fantastic. Speaking of jamming, do you want to play anything for us? Would you like to jam
Sure.
something for us? Awesome.
Um, I'm gonna sing one of the songs off of the album Stages. It's called Carriage Park.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for sharing. You can find on SoundCloud. Type in Mr. Music, and you can listen to the whole album. It's fantastic. It's a really great album. It's definitely worth your time.
Thank you. My keyboard seems to be weird.
Oh, you having an issue with the keyboard?
Yeah, it's like it's a shortage issue. But you know what? That's okay. Because
Well, don't sweat it. I mean, if it's a problem, we don't need to give you anything. I'm sorry, your keyboard's having an issue. That's not good
sorry.
in general.
Yeah, give me 1 second. We can do it.
No, okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, thanks. What kind of keyboard is that?
This is a Yamaha. Actually, I've had this keyboard for about over 10 years.
No kidding. Wow. Is that like a diagram of chords or something there? What's at the bottom?
It has some chords on it and different percussion instruments for like MIDI hookups.
Ah, okay. Is there a MIDI hookup device that you like?
As far as recording and producing,
Either.
I have this Akai MPD 218.
Okay.
It's like a little drum pad, and that's really nice.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen one of those. There's a band, OK Kennedy, that plays at Charlton's, and it seems like they had something like that. I was really impressed because I mean she was killing it. And it was just like, it wasn't that big of an area. I expect a big giant drum set kind of thing. It's pretty cool.
It is, and it's USB MIDI, so it hooks right up into the computer.
No kidding. Wow. Well, that makes it easy enough.
Let's try this. There we go.
Oh, all right. Cool. Thank everybody for joining us. This is Charlton's and Narragansett Presents, and we're here with Mr Muzix, and he's going to play a track from his album you can hear on SoundCloud right now, Stages, and we're going to hear Carriage Park, I believe is the track.
In Carriage Park, Carriage Park, in Carriage Park, in Carriage Park. I thought my heart would jump out of my chest the day I went to Carriage Park. But I saw something precious like a light that shined in the dark. I ran away from home today to play in such a lovely place where every day's a holiday. Carriage Park drove me insane, took away all of my fears all the time I spent. 3 years in that park made me confident. Now I search for directions to get back again. In Carriage Park, in Carriage Park, in Carriage Park, in Carriage Park. I say, I could not wait till the weekend, especially the evening. Oh, please take me to Carriage Park today. The Four Seasons is not even competing. It's so many reasons why I'd rather be outside today. The amusement and the music, it was sweet jazz, yeah, babe. Oh, baby, good Lord. And I say, I can never be so in love with you. Carriage Park, baby, I need you. Oh, in Carriage Park, in Carriage Park, in Carriage Park, babe, in Carriage Park.
Unbelievable. So talented and professional. Look at you. You stuck with it. That's great. It was awesome. Unbelievable. Yeah.
It's funny how, the time when you're supposed to be showing something is.
Yeah. I felt that. I thought that was really fantastic. I know you're a good drummer because you can play the human body pretty damn well. That was impressive. I got to say, I felt the heartbeat, and yeah, that was great. That's awesome. What inspired you to write that song, if you don't mind me asking?
So Carriage Park is actually about one of my ex-girlfriends. And we were just really, really good friends even before we started dating.
Okay.
And then we dated, and we just came to terms with one each other, and we realized that we were just better off as friends. We still loved each other. We still, cared about each other. We were just better off as friends because it just didn't really work out in the relationship.
Yeah.
And, she lived in a neighborhood called Carriage Park.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
that came about.
Is that tough to play that song? Does that bring back a lot of like emotions and
When I first wrote it, it did.
yeah? It's a great song. It's an unbelievable album. I'm really happy. Why this year? Why did you release the album this year?
That is a really good question. You know, I don't know if it's this year, everything that's been happening this year just kind of made us all realize or kind of look and find out who we really are. I feel like a lot of us are kind of understanding ourselves a lot better this year.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know, I've always wanted to really get into my music because I've some of the songs that are on stages are actually songs I've written in high school, and
Wow.
I just never had the confidence to really go ahead and actually do it. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. It took me a long time to get the confidence uh, to get up and play music, especially. Like I did a lot of other forms of entertainment before doing music, but I always wanted to do music. I was just too afraid to do it because people know if you can't sing or you can't play or you can't, especially it's even tough if you're playing your own music because then you're getting judged. I'm getting judged by me as a musician technically, and me as a songwriter, and me as am I putting enough emotion in this? There's a lot of different things that at least goes through our heads. I feel. See, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think your music is great. It really, I don't know. It reminds me a lot of Stevie Wonder. That's cool. That it's like I could hear a lot of influences. Boys to Men. Like you got a great vocal. Is he a big influence to you by chance?
Oh, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, a lot of Prince,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
little bit of her, the new R&B artist, her,
Yeah. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
SZA, and I don't know if you're familiar with Jacob Collier.
No, I've never heard it. Who is that?
Jacob
Jacob.
Collier. He's an artist in out of the UK.
Oh, okay. I'll have to listen. It sounds like pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I think like I don't know. It reminds me of Stevie Wonder, and Stevie Wonder also wrote like his own album,
Hmm.
he wrote a lot of albums, but "Music of My Mind,"
Hmm.
like he did all the instruments. He did all the. I'm always impressed with the musicians that are able to do that. Paul McCartney's another guy that's done that. Actually just came out with that album,
Yep.
Paul McCartney 3, and he's doing all the own instruments. Do you find have you done you've done tracks with other people and you've done tracks by yourself? What's easier for you? You feel? Is there an easier?
I would say it's a lot easier working alone, and I don't want to sound um, arrogant or selfish.
I don't think.
Like,
Yeah.
because you pick your own pace, you know.
Yeah.
So when I want to record a song, if it's 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still producing, and I say I want to record it, I can go ahead and record it. Versus working with someone, everyone's not on the same level of intensity. I'll say that,
Yeah.
right? And you don't want to ever push someone to a certain point, or you don't want to seem like you're pushing someone to a point where they don't feel comfortable. I would never call someone that I've worked with and say, "Hey, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, but I just finished this track. Can you go ahead and record it so I can start engineering?"
Yeah. Yeah. I can understand what you're talking about on there. I was watching. I don't. I'm gonna butcher whatever she said, but I saw an interview with Dr. Dre's, I guess, ex-wife now to be, and she was talking about like creativity doesn't have like a time. It's just any time. And I imagine he's probably like that too. It's probably 2, 3 in the morning. He's ready to pump something out, and if you have to wait around for the next piece, I could see how that would stagnate you. That's one thing. My dad's written a lot of songs in his lifetime, and he writes by himself because he can write a song in 20 minutes. And it's just if you go through a flow. I don't think it's an arrogance. I don't think it's anything like that. I think just some people work together. As a band, yeah, you got to work with people and different instruments and all that kind of stuff. But as a songwriter or producer, you can kind of just do things on your own. It's lucky that you are your own band too, in a sense, because you can play all the different instruments and all that kind of. Do you ever like if you do work with someone, do you ever like show them like, hey, you should try maybe doing like a drum like this or something like that? Communicate that.
Uh, well, so actually, for the benefit concert that you hosted, I was
Hmm.
actually going to play with the band,
Ah,
but the location that we were going to record at got, I think it got flooded or something. Something happened where we couldn't use the location.
Hmm.
And that location housed all the amplifiers, the mics, cords, everything we wanted.
Yikes.
That happened, and so I called my friends back and I let them know, hey, unfortunately this happened. So for this performance, it may just have to be just me.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what happened. But I do remember we were rehearsing and practicing. I would always tell anyone that I'm working with that's doing my music or doing my songs, you don't have to play exactly what you do, because as musicians, I want us to make music.
Yeah.
So even if you hear that certain bass line on Jennifer or whatever song it may be, you don't have to play that. Play, stay in the essence of it, but
Right.
be a musician, make music.
That's cool. That's good that you have enough trust. I think that's key. Like, just let people do their thing, and don't get too demanding about anything, because then you're not going to get the best out of people when they're like afraid, or they're like worried about messing something up or doing something wrong. So that's cool. It's good that you're so open about working with people like that. Do you have any upcoming shows coming up that you want to talk about that we should know about?
I don't have any more upcoming shows as far as this year because of the weather and COVID.
Mm-hmm.
The last show was actually December 1st, I believe it was. And I did an open mic at the Atlanta City Winery.
Oh, okay. That's a nice place. Wow.
But my last project that is coming up for the year that I'm really putting a lot of promoting into is my end of the year party song that's going to be called Liberate. And it's basically just about liberating from the tolls and the trials that have happened in the year 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of everyone needing to break away from that and just let's free ourselves from this year and get ready to start over, or if not starting over, get ready to improve and advance.
And I'm pretty sure that song, you can pre-save that now on Spotify. Is that right?
Yes.
What day is that coming out?
That'll be released on December 28th.
Okay, cool. So coming up in, I guess, like a week or so. Yeah, a week exactly. Yeah. Well, cool. I know we can find you on Instagram as Mr Muzix. And then if you go to SoundCloud, you can listen to Stages and your new tracks, 2020 Vision, Santa's Coming Down the Chimney. And you're going to be on Spotify with the new track Liberate on December 28th. Is there any other places that we should look out for your music?
Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, YouTube, pretty much anywhere where you can find music. Also, I do want to give another big shout out to recorddrop.com.
Okay.
Record Drop is a new music streaming service that a lot of independent artists are using. But they're more of they're like a sign up, and you can view a catalog of different artists, different music, and I have a lot of my music there as well. Recorddrop.com.
Recorddrop.com. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, check out the new album, Stages. It's out now, and it's great. And Liberate's going to be coming out next week. And Mr. Muzix, I'd like to thank you for joining us. I can't wait to get you at Charlton so everybody can hear this great music there. We love everybody. Everybody stay safe. Have a wonderful holiday with your family, and enjoy the time. So thank you.
Thank you.